my country people them. My name is Akere Muna and I'm a lawyer. I want to take a few minutes to tell you some story about some company with the come say Glencore. Glencore na some buy and sell them. People where they buy with oil and they sell them for other people. They don't do this thing for the whole country for over 15 years where they do work for the whole country, even more safe. Some wonderful thing be happening for last year for 2022 because they catch them. So they agree, they go for court, go sign book, say they so for that buy them oil where they buy them, so for African country them, other country them for war, they bribe the big people for that country, may they sell them the oil for good price. The power hot sote, they don't go sign book, they agree all things, they pay heavy fine. Plenty million, hundreds and hundreds of million for America, and they pay too for England. The Minister of Justice for America, he talks say, for all year them, now the biggest power for corruption where you don't see. The judge for court for England talks say, these Glencore people them, this thing for corruption, they for their blood, better one. Now only so they do for do business. So the thing don't budget so now, all they don't agree, they excuse them, and then they plead guilty. So now I think we did. So we don't take this, that I follow that case fine. I take all the documents them I bring up for our country. Because they talk say na Cameroon, Congo, DRC, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Guinea, Equatorial Guinea, and South Sudan them. They say that them when they became bribe them for that oil palaver. And they say for Cameroon, the people they say they give money for big people them for Sonara and for SNH. And for them they give the money so they fit give them oil for better price. They give them 8 million with a chopper. Well, if someone fit also 8 million, so now we did no, not 8 million. 8 million, that's something, but it should say they begin sell the money, the oil for a lower price. So since I will bring that document now, I don't go for Konak, people they look after corruption. I say, Papa, I get document them here. These people they don't agree, say they pay bribe. When I take through this matter, no, they not call me, say they not do anything. So I became right for all place. So I go for court for April for this year. Now court, the prosecutor don't say no, may they try investigate them for judicial police. Minister of Finance to work up, he say, this thing there, so we must look inside. Because the money where they became bringing for Cameroon, it became come for 3 ways. Some they go for Nigeria with the money, they hire plane cash. They put the cash inside the plane, they fly, come for Cameroon. Can get them for the big people for Sonara and SNH. Other one be say, the Glencore company where they are, when one buy something than 100 francs, you go talk to the thing cost that 200. So when you don't buy the thing now, they are 100 from where they on top, you go take and give them for these people for SNH and Sonara. That one not finish safe. It shows to say, they begin place for Geneva where you see go take money cash to, where they begin go take the money chopper. So Minister of Finance, the owner say, when you take money, you come for country, we no pass for bank. That one is money laundering. It means you hide the money and you want clean up. The one for finance say, this one where they bring money where you no pass for customs. So now customs fraud. You see, and the one where they declare higher price for expenditure, they reduce taxes. That one too na tax fraud. So these people them now veteran frauders. Nothing not happen for them. They still there for country they do business. This Glencore they do business. They know the one give name for the people for Sonara and SNH where they begin to do this conny. This money, natural resources, it belongs to the citizens of a country. I think I say my tell this story when I hear fine. Anyone for a corner, tell other mama we know, say they must bring that people where they thief, where they don't like this country, people that they suffer, they go back, take money, and we even define now say some oil safe where they begin selling for these people, they begin selling them under world price, under sometimes 30%. I don't see name for other companies sell 70%. We must open eye. We must ask government, say, may do investigation. How did they sell oil? What did happen? So that the only way countries will go before. If any
As you have heard, that was Akere Muna. Akere Muna is a barrister in Cameroon. He is crying foul. He's speaking in Pidgin. Pidgin English is a language spoken by the Southern Cameroonian Ambazonians, and he is speaking in that language because he wants the people of Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia, to understand the corruption behind this scheme that was carried out by La Republique officials, okay, on Sonara. So Glencore has been charged in United States and has been also charged in the UK. Okay, they have in the UK they have 7 counts of bribery and corruption, and they have to pay almost 310 million over bribery charges. In the in the United States, the U.S. Justice Department also charged them with a lot of money between 2007 and 2018. Okay, so they paid a lot of money having these corrupt businesses in Nigeria, Venezuela, Cameroon, okay, even in Ivory Coast, Brazil, South Sudan, Equatorial Guinea. These are oil-rich countries where Glencore has been involved as a third party. As you hear from Barrister Akere Muna, he went to the Cameroon corruption agency. It's called CONAC, but he had nothing from them. He went to the Ministry of in charge of, like, the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of none of them are doing anything. So why DRC Congo are following up with their own corruption cases, La République du Cameroon does not care about bringing to justice these corrupt charges on Sonara. Sonara is suffering financially today because of these same people who are destroying the company intentionally. They have been enjoying Sonara for the past 60 years. Yet, Sonara has not benefited the people of Southern Cameroon in any form, shape, due to this kind of corrupt charges that we see. Okay, you have oil-rich Southern Cameroon, but where is the oil going to? They're selling it on cheaper prices. The people of, I haven't seen even La République people don't even have enough oil. They are crying of oil shortages. Whereas corrupt people are taking this oil, sell to Glencore on cheaper prices. They are bribing these officials. This is Glencore selling the oil to European countries on very expensive prices. Yet our people are dying of lack of oil, expensive rate of oil prices. Look at Nigeria. Look at Equatorial Guinea. These are oil-rich countries. They have oil. But Glencore goes and bribe these officials. Okay? Bribe these officials. Okay, take a look at this short excerpt. They will come back.
The bribery charges brought against UK-based Glencore Energy relate to incidents that took place over 5 years, between 2011 and 2016. The company, which is the British subsidiary of Swiss firm Glencore, pleaded guilty to 7 counts related to crude oil access in 5 African countries. In a statement, the Serious Fraud Office, which brought those charges against Glencore in the UK, said the SFO's investigation exposed that Glencore, via its employees and agents, paid bribes of over $28 million for preferential access to oil, including increased cargoes, valuable grades of oil, and preferable dates of delivery. These actions, the SFO said, were approved by the company across its oil operations in Nigeria, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Equatorial Guinea, and South Sudan. The company is set to be sentenced in London in November. Other investigations have been underway in the United States and Brazil, with Glencore anticipating paying up to $1.5 billion to settle potential fines. The company previously said it had disciplined or dismissed any employees involved in wrongdoing. Laura Makin-Isherwood, SAB.
Yeah, so you have heard in their report, You saw the Glencore pleads guilty for bribery in 5 African countries, Cameroon included. But Cameroon, instead, UK government and American government are the one pressing charges on this Glencore. Akere Muna, Barrister Akere Muna has been fighting tooth and nail. He went and got these documents of charges that Glencore has pleaded guilty of. Yet, he brought to La Republique none of the government officials, even the CONAC, which is the Corruption Commission, has not even taken it up. Why? Because it's something that concerns all the government officials. It can implicate all the government officials because nothing is happening within that realm where it doesn't concern government officials, right? That is where you see this corruption going on, okay? But at the end of the day, what do you think is happening in that country? A lot of corruption going on there. La République du Cameroon is one of the most corrupt countries in the world. There is all evidence. Look at what is going on. La République cannot even pay their teachers. La République cannot even pay salaries of, this is almost how many years La République cannot pay their teachers. They cannot even have, there's oil shortages. I wonder how countries like Cameroon, Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea, oil-rich countries. Cameroon is oil-rich because of Amazonia, southern Cameroon. But because of this scheme that these officials are doing, they don't care about the local population. They prefer to be bribed by this Glencore. Then Glencore will sell it now to the European countries for maybe 5 times the prices because they prefer to sell it to Glencore. Take the bribe first, then they'll be selling it at cheaper rates. Okay, that is what is going on. And some people see that as normal. You saw Akere Muna trying to cry foul. Okay, Akere Muna, you saw him crying foul, but who is going to help Akere Muna? He is alone. He's alone. Nobody. Akere Muna is alone. Okay. We are talking about these corruption charges not only in La Republique, but in all these other countries, 5 African countries. Yet, the other countries like DRC Congo has pressed charges on Glencore and the officials of Congo Republic who were involved in this Glencore scandal. But in La Republique, they have not charged anybody because the government is trying to cover up these people. That's why if you see Akere Muna coming out, he was right at the top of this investigation of this Glencore, and he came back with all the documents, all the paperwork. But who's going to help him? Nobody. And the officials are there, still there. Yet they will be arresting the petty thieves. The real senior thieves are there in the government. Okay, they are there still, not in jail. Whereas the real thieves are supposed to be in jail. It is just very clear. But take a look at this other report and
Swiss mining giant Glencore would pay $180 million to African nation Democratic Republic of Congo, popularly known as DRC, to settle corruption claims. Glencore, one of the world's largest commodities companies, employing around 135,000 people in more than 35 countries, was being probed by the United States Department of Justice and the DRC's National Financial Intelligence Unit, amongst others. Glencore had admitted corruptly conspiring to pay around $27.5 million to third parties to secure improper business advantages in DRC. The money paid will be part of an agreement covering all present and future claims arising from any alleged acts of corruption by the miner in the country between 2007 and 2018. The DR Congo case is in a series of corruption cases that have seen Glencore agree to pay out more than $1.6 billion in fines this year alone. This includes millions in bribes paid to officials in Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, South Sudan, Brazil, and Venezuela. The mining giant owns several assets in the country. including the Mutanda copper cobalt mine, and a controlling stake in KCC, a large copper cobalt project. However, despite the fines, Glencore is expected to make record profits of around $3.2 billion this year.
Yeah, so that's another report from about the same Glencore. So in all these countries, they have been investigated. They have brought all of them to justice, but only in La République du Cameroon, where these guys, these corrupt officials, still move freely, and no one is holding them to account. That is what we are talking about. And when you see these guys, you would think that something can happen to them. No, nothing will happen to them. They are above the law. Okay, they are above the law. Who can hold them accountable? Nobody. Okay, they are moving freely. They are having no problem. Okay, they go about their businesses and no one is holding them to account. Okay, these are people who have taken huge sum of money from Glencore. Instead of helping the local population to reduce the high petrol and gas prices, they instead make it expensive for them. The local population cannot survive because Glencore is preferred to take the oil, buy it at the very lower prices, sell it to foreign countries. That is what is happening. And what do you think about that? Is it okay for our people to, instead of benefiting from the oil that they have, instead they don't have access to the oil. The oil goes back to other countries. Okay, and at the end of the day, the corruption has been in the nooks and crannies of these La République government officials. Who is holding them to account? No one. Barrister Akere Muna is fighting like a lone wolf. He's fighting like a lone wolf. He's speaking now in pidgin. Why? Because he wanted the people of Southern Cameroon and Bazonia to listen to him. But we told them already that this fight of the struggle of Southern Cameroon involves everything Ambazonia, Southern Cameroon. If you go and be fighting this lone fight, it will be tough. Yes, it will be tough. So we are asking Amazonians, whether you are a teacher, look at what they are doing, the teachers. No salary for 1 month, for 1 year. They are spraying them water cannon. They are doing that to the teachers. The soldiers, the police, the gendarmes, they make 4 times salary more than the teachers. Teachers are nothing in the military system. The regime is a military regime. Okay, but at the end of the day, who is to lose? The local population, because they don't have a say. Okay, you see all the resources passing. When you hear of privatization, do you understand the meaning of privatization? This is what we call privatization. It means that the government officials don't care about the local population. They care about themselves. If this Glencore company come and give them this bribe, it's not even the bribe of the oil. It's a bribe to keep them quiet. That bribe means that take this, for example, take this 1 million and just stay quiet. Don't even talk about the price of the oil. Okay? We are the one buying the oil from Sonara. Take this one. So they'll just pay these government officials to keep quiet. So whatever happened in Sonara, they don't care. The amount of the oil that is being extracted from Sonara, what is sold to Glencore, they don't care. Okay? That doesn't concern them anymore. They have already given their own bribe. You see. But imagine, not only in La République also, from Congo to Equatorial Guinea to DRC, this to South Sudan, Brazil, Venezuela, all these are oil-rich countries. They were all involved in this scheme. Look at a country like Nigeria. They are suffering from oil shortages, but they prefer to sell at lower prices to these companies because the officials take bribes. They take bribes, and what do you see? This is a Swiss giant. Glencore is a Swiss giant company. Yeah. Now, this other one is about La République government officials. These are people who work in the presidency. This guy who has been caught in this corruption scandal works in the presidency. He uses the presidency stamp and signature, go and meet companies privately. They'll give him huge sum of money directly. This is unofficial corrupt charges. But who is going to hold him accountable? Who? Nobody. Because they only discover this, but they only call those few people and say, okay, hey, stop this investigation. This one concerns the presidency. Okay. Our brother, we're going to report this to us. Let's take a listen.
The police is your friend. La République du Cameroon police is your friend. Bail is free. Now some of the lie in that way they talk on. Now some of the things in that way they talk away, they exist for no place. My people, I don't come today for present on some very funny situation. Something will happen for inside Yaoundé, where some man for inside, one of the high level areas for inside like Republic Cameroon, the top ranking ministries there, it go about doing own thing them. But I want to focus more on, apart from that man, the many others the way they do that same thing, and that man in network. The reason why they show this one for media, now surely because that new man, that commissioner, this man where he talks so, he surely gets on disagreement. Work don't surely shake for some side. Now why that we say they won't catch that party man, they expose the face. But Muna first watch the video first. When you watch the video at the camp, I want you to watch the video, understand what the way they call and say La République du Cameroon. You know how some pays, country don't spoil, it don't rotten. I say they no fit fix them. I tell you, say they no fit fix them at the camp. Bro, play in that video.
We all started on the 6th of this month. One Mayo Cedric, who came and complained that Mr. Dimdims Menge proposed to him setting contracts and telling him that he can do so many things, and he is an attaché to the presidency, and with that confidence, Mr. Mayo decided to open up to him. After a few months, he discovered that Mr. Menge is not very clear, and that's how his complaint came here. We took the telephone of Dimdim Menge. We went into it and found so many documents from the presidency. He told us he's an attaché to the presidency, working with the Secretariat General at the presidency, particularly with the director in charge of General Affairs. We discovered that there are letters of propositions, of appointment, recommendations that he has made. And we discovered that he has implicated the presidency on so many things. We discovered that he has a house bet in Eboloa. So I sent the team that is in charge of the investigation to Eboloa, to his house. And there in his house, we discovered so many documents, about 4 to 5 stamps, and one stamp that was under fabrication. We brought him back here and continued the investigation. At the end, he opened up and said he once worked with the Chantabia Foundation, and his contract was terminated. We discovered that there was a letter that he wrote to one company in Douala using the name of the president, that he has been sent there to do a particular control. And when we asked him, we discovered that he has been using that method to extort money from various people all around the country, particularly with state corporations, ASONL, Camwater, Camrai. He has a plethora of documents that he uses to write to the director generals of all those state corporations. And when he gets there, he extorts monies from the various directors, and that's how he has been using the name of the Secretary General at the presidency himself to do all his mischief, passing through the director in charge of general affairs. We just want to reassure the people that the police is not only there to repress, but we can also do investigation when we get such situations. We are supposed to present him to the State Council for further measures to be taken.
That man, they make kind document them. That man, they make kind thing them. He do kind thing them. Kind.
This is interesting, right? You have heard the report, right? This scandal is coming from the presidency itself. This guy has been a guy who has worked inside the presidency, okay? Mr. Mingi, that's his name, okay? And he has worked with the Shantabia Foundation, okay? He has worked with the Shantabia Foundation, and he used that advantage. He went to companies like AS Sonel, all these companies, Kamwata, and all these public companies, and using that his document, signed and from the Secretary General of the Presidency. That's how they are using this scheme to receive money from these various companies, and it's a scheme. You see, he has worked in Santa Bia Foundation. He's from the south, right? The Bolova. That's where the president is coming from. So they use all these mafia deals and all these things to usurp monies from the government. That's how the corruption has really entered into the nooks and crannies of this thing. And you can tell that all these things are just happening because there's no audit, there's no accountability. Okay, any government that does not have accountability, anybody can do anything and go scot-free. Okay, nobody will ask you why or what this is happening and why do you do this. Nobody. And that is how it has been for the past 60 years, where there is no accountability. Nothing is going, no investigation. Even they do this investigation, it will go nowhere, right? It will go nowhere because nobody checks it. They only call this guy. Remember, this guy is the governor, okay, or the police commissioner. Okay, he will be called beside and tell, please stop this thing that you're doing. Okay, he cannot control the presidency. He cannot control the Secretary General. So he will be called beside and say, stop this investigation. Okay, that is how corrupt, a country has become. Then some people don't see about these things. They don't see about all these corrupt scandals. They don't see about all these things. To them, it's very okay. Okay, it's very okay for them. Please just leave these people. Don't talk to them. No, it's okay. Okay, let's just stay with them. Let's just stay there and, let the corruption continue, okay? We don't care. We want peace. We want peace. You want peace under this kind of situation? How do you want peace to work under this kind of situation where people are still, you see all this corruption going on, these bribery schemes? Then our people are suffering. You know how many, look at the money they are calling it. These are billions and billions of dollars of scheme, bribery, corruption. Okay. From Glencore, you have seen what is happening. when you wonder why all the money coming from oil in Sonara is going, you don't even understand. There are people already collecting that money before they even sell the oil. You know, they already collect the monies. And you say the Sonara, they only pay the salary of those people. That's all. They benefit from that oil refinery, benefit from all these other resources. Everything has been privatized. Everything has been privatized. What do you think? Do you think the people of Southern Cameroon and Bazonia cannot manage their own companies? Why do they privatize these companies? Until Sonara is owing lots of money now, because the oil that is coming from there, the money is going to private pockets. And what can Akere Muna do? What can Barrister Akere Muna do? Nothing. He only make that his noise there like that, and he ends there. There is nothing he can do, because he is a lone wolf. He will only back there alone. Nobody will come to support him. Nobody. Okay. Nobody will support him. At the end of the day, he will just stay there, and well, that is how it happens. And who will support him? He's alone. CONAC, that is supposed to be a corruption commission, is only targeting the people who are not even important. The real bandit, political armed robbers, and are there still working in the government. Those people who are taking the real millions and millions of dollars, they are not targeting them. So you see, there's a lot of camaraderie links going on. Okay, people go unpunished. They just say, okay, go ahead, we are okay. It is just crazy. And this thing involves, these charges involve the presidency, the Secretary General at the presidency. But who can talk? Who can charge them? Okay, when a corrupt scandal involve the presidency, involve the Secretary General at the presidency, involve right to the directorate in charge of presidency. These are the core of that country that are involved in this scheme that this guy is using documents to go and collect money from all these parastatal companies around La Republic and Ambazonia combined. So that is how bad the situation is. Okay. Then when somebody come and be telling us, oh, it's okay, let's just stay there and watch these people doing this nonsense. Are you serious? No, it's just sad. Okay, it's sad. But I want Professor Lumumba would tell you how these people are, the politicians of Africa. Take a listen.
The rank of many political leaders in Africa are thieves. Let's call them by their name. They are thieves. They are individuals who are not interested in the interest of this country. And as long as we continue electing such individuals into positions of power across Africa, they are going to be manipulated. The rank of many political leaders in Africa are thieves. Let's call them by their name. They are thieves. They are individuals who are not interested in the interest of this country. And as long as we continue electing such individuals into positions of power across Africa, they are going to be manipulated.
Yeah, so what do we have to say? What Bob Marley said, the only solution is to chase those crazy ballheads out of office. Okay? Chase those crazy ballheads out of office. Chase them out of Amazonia. Okay? That's what Bob Marley said in this clip. And